Parveen Prasad.
And I, Sonia Menghani, call ourselves the Mavericks.
The Mavericks bring to you Tales of the Torchbearers, which delve into the inspiring journeys of luminaries who have left an indelible mark in the world.
In today's episode of Tales of the Torchbearers, we have with us Didi Mishra, a research analyst by profession and a change maker by passion. Didi has over 30 years of experience as an IT professional. He is a fitness enthusiast and an animal lover. He is passionate about making a difference to the society through his initiatives Reviving Livelihood and Mission Back to School. Please welcome Didi Mishra.
Hi Didi, welcome to this episode of Tales of the Torchbearers. And Dr. Parveen Prasad and I, Sonia Menghani, are doing this podcast with people who we think are torchbearers of the society. And we think you are one of them, since you are a change maker and you're bringing about a lot of positive changes to the community at large. But before we delve into that, could you start by telling us a little bit about your childhood?
So first of all, thank you for having me here. And I was born in a humble family. My father was a professor, my mother was a housewife, and I studied in Kendriya Vidyalaya. But my childhood has been a little bit different from other kids because I was born in a family which was a bit isolated. So my father was a thinker, he never used to socialize much with people, only of his type.
Okay.
And I had a very limited friend circle. So I developed a lot of other habits or hobbies rather, I would say. For example, I learned astrology at a very small age.
Okay.
And then I learned mesmerism. I experimented with electronic gadgets, and that way, my childhood was a little bit interesting for me. And I also started activism in a very small age, and I participated in some political activisms as well when I was a kid. And that led to significant changes across the board. I cannot reveal that what changes, but it was very, very interesting experience for me. And then as I grew up, when I went to college, in engineering college, I was also the students union leader over there.
Okay.
So that led to some sort of activism as well as interest in driving change in the society as well as around me, as a significant aspect of my ability to transform the surroundings around me. And that has helped me to actually take up things which I am taking up today.
Oh, nice. That means you started really young.
Yeah.
Yes.
Your formative years really seem very, very unique and different. Perhaps that has, formed your personality the way it is. Now, being an IT professional for the last 30 years, how did your interest in history, religion, philosophy emerge? And what is the common underlying thread among these genres?
Thank you for asking me, and this is a really interesting question. My father was a philosopher, so I grew up, listening to the various debates which used to happen at my home around religion, around philosophy. So my father did Indian philosophy, Eastern and Western philosophy both, and he also studied psychology. Now history is something which I picked up later. When I started actually studying religion, not as a religious person, but from my interest perspective, I thought that religion has interconnections with history. So without understanding the history, understanding of religion will be incomplete.
Interesting.
And also the vice versa is also true. So when I started studying, first book which I studied was Rig Veda, and it talked about the Aryan history. And I can clearly see the telltale signs of what I studied in history and what kind of connections it has within Rig Veda. There were certain myths also which I could see that what is mentioned over there is not aligning with what the popular perception is. So that increased my interest, and that became a part of my topic of research. Then I expanded that particular research in other parts of history, that from where it originated, how the migrations happened across various parts of Europe, how the DNAs has evolved over a period of time, and all these things becomes kind of a big source of knowledge for me, and I'm really excited to even enhance that particular knowledge over a period of time. And it has generated a lot of social media interest, so I am a blogger as well, and I keep writing on that particular subject, which actually has generated global interest, and this has encouraged me to do more on this particular subject.
That's really nice. Yeah.
Very interesting insights.
Very interesting. So, Didi, I believe you are doing a lot in the field of social service, and one of your amazing initiatives is reviving livelihood. Could you tell us something about that?
Yeah, so reviving livelihood is another interesting initiative, and so during COVID, actually, I was interacting with some of my friends, and I realized that we need to do more than distributing food for them and help them in getting the livelihood and earn their own money, actually, because most of if I look at the employment situation in India, the daily wage workers are living in ghettos, and they were quite impacted by this as a huge population, actually. And what I thought at that point in time is that we should enable them to earn their livelihood. So we started looking at families, and we started doing our own research on it, and we realized that we can easily enable them. Per head expenditure can come around 8 to 12,000. So at that point in time, we had some money collected from certain events, which we utilized to kick off this particular process. But by the grace of God, that flow of money kept flowing in, and we started crowdsourcing platform to get more money from our network. Thankfully, our network was very generous, and the Rotary Club of Pune Manora members also contributed. Then my colleagues in my office also contributed. My friends in Facebook also contributed to that, and that way it kept growing, and we were able to do more and more on that. And I'm proud to say that so far we managed to enable more than 300 beneficiaries at this point in time. Some have got hand cards, and some have got the saloon, some have got other facilities like saving machines, etc., etc. And most of them are doing very well with their career, and it's a pleasant experience. It is not about the individual getting the support, it is the community which also gets the support, because they share their benefits with their family, with their neighbors, etc., and they also take their help, and this continues to grow. So it has a cascading impact. I believe the generations are going to change because of that.
Sure.
And that is the kind of the overall bigger impact I see of this particular initiative.
Oh, that's lovely. So that means you provided them with a means to earn their livelihood instead of just giving them temporary monetary help.
Correct.
So this is really amazing, because this way they can sustain themselves for a longer period.
Absolutely.
Amazing. That's amazing.
This is so inspiring. I believe you also have initiated a mission called Back to School. Can you tell us something about that?
Yeah, so back to school is a natural outcome of the livelihood, because when we were trying to support the families, we saw that their kids also needed support, because many of them are doing very well with their education, but they are not able to sustain, and some of them dropped out of the school just because they could not afford to pay the fees. And that time we started thinking, can we do something for that? So back in 2024, we thought that let us start something called as Back to School, and suddenly that inspiring idea came, and we started, and with very little amount which was there with us, we did the first step. And then I saw that you can call it the blessings of the Mother Nature, that many people came forward to support us, including in Rotary, and there were amazing coincidences which started happening, and it's very, very surprising actually that how people came forward. There are many good people around us. They are looking for opportunity to support, and they are finding somebody whom they can trust, and they can put their money so that it goes into the right kind of investment. Now we did that, and so far we have managed more than 13-14 students. They have gone back to their school, their parents are very happy, and we want to expand this, and we are doing it in multiple cities at this point in time, and in future we think that it will become a big mission, and where we will be able to help thousands of kids.
All the best.
Yeah.
Thank you.
This is nice because after all, children are the future of our country, and if they are educated, we'll have a better. And I somehow feel that if you know what, I feel that every company is supposed to give something for corporate social responsibility. I feel if each human being tries to do CSR on his own, the world will be a much better place to live in. Don't you agree, Didi?
I agree with that, and I'm so proud that we are actually addressing 6 to 7 goals, UN sustainability goals, with these 2 initiatives only. So you are absolutely right, and sustainability is the future, and it should be part of the DNA. It should be embedded in each and every action we take today.
Truly.
Absolutely, absolutely. Didi, it was a real pleasure speaking to you. Thank you, and all the best to you for your future endeavors.
Thank you
Pleasure
very
is-
much.
Pleasure is mine as well. Thank
All
you
the
so much
best.
for having me.
Thank you.
Thank
you.